Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's meeting. Before we get started, we want to ask everyone to please bow your head for a moment of silent reflection. Amen. Thank you. Okay, first, before we begin with Mr. Minges, I want to do like we always do and call the roll. Make sure we have everybody, all the commissioners on record. Commissioner Belzer.
Present.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Present.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Present.
Commissioner Howard.
Here.
Commissioner Urban.
Present.
Okay, and we're all here. So, Mr. Minges, let's begin. Mr. Minges, are you ready?
Okay. I think my microphone was muted, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
But
good.
Good afternoon. Staff proposes that our next commission business meeting be held on next Wednesday, May 13th at 2 o'clock.
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On our utilities agenda, item number 1, docket number 2021E, we have a request for confidential treatment.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Belzer.
Thank you. I have a motion. I move that the Commission grant Duke Energy Progress's request for confidential treatment of Exhibit 3 of Kevin Henderson's direct testimony. The company states that witness Henderson's Exhibit 3 contains certain proprietary information relating to sensitive outage information that is disclosed to negatively impact Duke Energy Progress's ability to safely and reliably provide effective service to its customers. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. We will call a roll for votes. Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Howard.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Mr. Belzer.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 2, docket number 2018-319E. This matter concerns Duke Energy Carolina's updated excess deferred income tax rider.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Urban.
Duke Energy Carolina is seeking approval of the updated excess deferred income tax rider to be effective June 1, 2020. As you recall, in order number 2019-323, we established a mechanism to return excess deferred income taxes to customers through the EDIT rider. The annual revenue requirement for the EDIT rider was a decrement of approximately $61,814,000 during year 1. For year 2, Duke has calculated an annual revenue decrement of approximately $67,838,000. The excess deferred income taxes resulting are flowing back to the customers as determined in the DEC last rate case per our order number 2019-323. ORS has reviewed the company's calculations, including the changes to the ARAM rate related to protected excess deferred income tax, and found the company's calculations to be accurate. ORS recommends that the Commission approve the company's request. I move that we approve the Duke Energy Carolina's updated excess deferred income tax rider as requested to be effective June 1, 2020. This updated rider will result in an additional decrease of approximately 24 cents per month for a typical residential customer using 1,000 kilowatts. And the overall rider represents a $4.84 decrease to a typical residential customer's bills per month. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Urban's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Belzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 3, docket number 2018-318E. This matter concerns Duke Energy Progress's updated excess deferred income tax rider.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Urban,
Duke Energy Progress seeks approval of the updated excess deferred income tax rider to be effective June 1st, 2020. By way of background, order number 2019-341 established a mechanism to return excess deferred income taxes to customers through an EDIT rider. The annual revenue requirement for the EDIT rider was a decrement of approximately $12,854,000 during year 1. For year 2, Duke has calculated an annual revenue decrement of approximately $14,803,000. This EDIT tax savings rider will remain in place until base rates are reset to reflect these savings in a future rate case proceeding. The Office of Regulatory Staff has reviewed the company's calculations, including the changes to the ARAM rate related to protected excess deferred income tax, and found that the company's calculations are accurate. ORS has recommended that the Commission approve the company's request. Therefore, I move that we approve Duke Energy Progress updated excess deferred income tax rider as requested to be effective June 1, 2020. This updated rider will result in an additional decrease of approximately 57 cents per month for a typical residential customer using 1,000 kilowatt hours. And the overall rider represents a $3.49 decrease to a typical residential customer's bills per month. So moved.
thank you. You've heard Commissioner Urban's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Mr. Belzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
and I vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 4, docket number 2018-318E. We have a petition to withdraw a request.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Howard,
Mr. Chairman, I move we grant petition of Duke Energy Progress to withdraw its request to discontinue the filing of annual reports regarding customer savings related to the AMI meter deployment. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 5, docket number 2020-83E. We have a petition to intervene.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Hamilton,
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we grant the petition to intervene filed on behalf of the South Carolina Conference of the NAACP, the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy, and South Carolina Coastal Conservation League. So moved, Mr. Chair.
thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Belzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 6, docket number 2019-331E. This matter concerns Enrique McMillion's complaint against Duke Energy Carolinas.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Urban.
this matter comes back before the commission for a third time, I believe. The commission may recall that we found that Mr. McMillan had presented no evidence of personal bias to support recusal. Furthermore, by regulation, Duke Energy Carolinas chooses and furnishes its own electric meters. Duke deployed smart meters throughout its service territory, and in 2016, Duke deployed smart meters and presented and obtained approval for a rider, the MRM, under which a customer who wishes to opt out of a smart meter in favor of a manually read meter could do so at no additional cost. Could do so but at additional cost. Duke's requirement that its customers choose between permitting installation of a smart meter at no additional cost and installation of a manually read meter at additional cost does not violate the complainant's legal rights. Since this is the third time that the complaint has been before the commission against the same utility arising from the same facts and circumstances, this complaint is barred by the doctrine of res judicata. Therefore, I would move to deny Mr. McMillan's motion for the commission to recuse, and also move that the motion be dismissed, as Mr. McMillan has not presented any evidence of any bias or prejudice to support his request for recusal. So moved.
Thank you.
Move as well as a part of the motion to dismiss the complaint.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you've heard Commissioner Urban's motion. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Commissioner Belser.
Mr. Chairman, I join and I support Commissioner Urban's motion. I have been back through the filings in this docket and find no merit to any of the allegations raised. The company is within its rights and has been approved to install smart meters, and provision has been made for those customers who do not wish the smart meter installation to be able to have the radio transmission disabled. There is additional cost, but that cost is based because meter readers will have to be sent out to manually read the meters, and that is an additional cost that should not be borne by the remainder of the customer base. As for Mr. McMillan's motion to recuse, I think that motion was made by or in response to a basis of just a comment made that this matter had been going on for a while, and it was time to bring it to an end. I think that he totally misconstrued the comment. I don't know, I can only speak for myself, but I certainly have no bias or prejudice concerning any party or any counsel to this case. I know that I can provide an impartial decision based on the pleadings, and that is what I have attempted to do here. And unfortunately, my reading of the pleadings and the responses and it will not be favorable to Ms. McMillan, but an unfavorable ruling is not in and of itself show prejudice or bias. But I will be voting in favor of the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Belcher. Any other questions or comments, commissioners? Okay, if not, Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Belcher,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton, Commissioner Hamilton, I didn't hear. Thank you. Got you then. Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 7, docket number 2020-43E. This matter concerns a siting application by Dominion Energy.
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Commissioner Belcher,
I move that the commission grant a certificate of environmental compatibility and public convenience and necessity to Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated for the construction and operation of the Toolbeck Aiken 230 kV tie and segments of the Graniteville number 2 Toolbeck 230 kV and Toolbeck South Aiken 230 kV tie and associated facilities as requested in the application. I move that the commission find that the statutory requirements and standards contained in South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-160, subsection 1, are fully met by the evidence of the record submitted by the parties during the hearing held on April 14, 2020 concerning these proposed lines. So moved.
thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belcher's motion. Are there questions or comments, commissioners? If not, Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
Commissioner Belcher,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 8, docket number 2019-386E. This matter concerns establishing a code of conduct for Dominion Energy.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Howard,
I move as part of the merge between SCAN and Dominion Energy, Dominion agreed to establish a code of conduct for Dominion Energy South Carolina. This code, when adopted, would replace the existing SCANA code of conduct. The commission directed Dominion Energy South Carolina to consult with ORS when developing the new code. ORS and the DESC collaborated, and DESC produced and proposed code of conduct, which they submitted to the commission. ORS expressed general agreement with the code, but proposed 6 additions and 1 deletion from the proposed code, based largely on the fact that similar codes existed in Dominion Energy's code of conduct in North Carolina. ORS and Dominion Energy South Carolina were unable to reach an agreement on those 7 items, and the commission set the matter for oral argument in docket number 219-386-E. The additions sought by ORS are a non-discriminatory clause to help ensure equality in DESC various affiliate transactions. Number 2, a marketing clause that would define how DESC may market sales, calls, proposals, and advertising with affiliates and non-regulated utility operations. And number 3, a compliance officer that would be responsible for the company's compliance with the code of conduct. Number 4, a customer information clause that would outline provisions for sharing customer information between DESC, Dominion Energy, and other affiliates. Number 5, a complaint procedure clause that would outline provisions of how DESC will resolve complaints that may arise due to the relationship with other affiliates and non-regulated utility operations. Number 6, a periodic review of 4 years so that necessary modifications or updates to the language of the code of conduct could be made. ORS also seeks to strike certain language added by DESC in the waiver clause related to preserving its rights of self-advocacy. DESC argues in general that the additions are unnecessary and are addressing problems that to date have not existed. DESC additionally argues that the corporate structure is different between North Carolina and South Carolina. In North Carolina, electricity is provided by Dominion Energy North Carolina, and natural gas is provided by Public Service North Carolina, which are affiliated companies. In South Carolina, there is one entity that provides both electricity and natural gas. Thus, the issue of affiliate transaction does not rise to the same level as it does in North Carolina. The PGA process, as well as the fuel cost proceedings in South Carolina, provide the protection sought by ORS. DESC argues that the proposed code of conduct, which already contains provisions of the previous scanner code, as well as new provisions negotiated in the process, is already a lengthy document that would not be approved by recommended additions. I move we approve the revised code of conduct for adoption by Dominion Energy South Carolina, which should include the additions made by ORS. These additions are, number one, a non-discriminatory clause to help ensure impartiality in DESC's various business dealings, to prohibit discrimination against non-affiliated entities, and to avoid giving preference to affiliates. Number two, a market clause that would define how DESC may market sales, calls, proposals, and advertising with affiliates and non-regulated utility operations. Number three, a compliance officer that would be responsible for the company's compliance with the code of conduct. Number four, a customer information clause that would outline provisions for sharing customer information between DESC, Dominion Energy, and other affiliates. Number five, a complaint procedure clause that would outline provisions as to how DESC will resolve complaints that may arise due to relationships with other affiliates and non-affiliate utility operations. A periodic review of 4 years so the necessary modifications or updates to the language of the code of conduct could be made. And number seven, to strike certain language added by DESC and the waiver clause related to preserving its right, self-advocacy, in conformity with ORS's proposals. Chairman, I further move that we find that recommendations and additions by our ORS are appropriate consumer protection and public interest. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, this is Commissioner Belzer.
Commissioner Belzer.
I have recused from this docket and need to, the directive to reflect that I am recused and not participating in this vote.
The record will reflect that you are recused, Commissioner Belzer. Any other questions or comments for this matter? If not, Commissioner Whitfield?
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton?
Aye.
Commissioner Howard?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 9, docket number 2019-393E. This matter concerns setting a new procedural schedule.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, in this docket, I will note that the Office of Regulatory Staff has filed a letter, I think as recently as yesterday, stating that it will not be filing testimony in this docket, but will continue to monitor the activities of the proceeding and encourages the good faith settlement discussions between the company and SBA regarding the storage tariff. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I move that we instruct the hearing officer to work with the parties in accordance with our laws to set a procedural schedule as a result of the end of the stay period
granted by order number 2020-245. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 10, docket number 2006-286 EG. Staff recommends that we carry this item over at the request of Dominion.
Okay, we will carry it over.
Item number 11, docket number 2013-380S. This matter concerns a request to pass through bulk water and wastewater charges.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve Ocean Lakes Utilities' request to withdraw its application. Grand Strand Water and Sewer Authority has voted to not increase in the water charges to Ocean Lakes at this time. Therefore, the motion would be, the increase would be moved.
okay, thank you. You've heard,
I say it will
All right.
not be passed on.
okay, thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 12, docket number 2019-281S. This matter concerns scheduling a virtual night hearing.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Mr. Chairman, I move that we instruct the clerk's office to schedule a virtual public night hearing on June 22nd, 2020. As you may recall, we had a lot of interest from constituents in that area. Senator McLeod and other leaders who expressed some interest that more customers being allowed to participate. So therefore, customers may join in the night hearing either by phone or WebEx if they desire to appear by video. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? And I think we need to make sure we note that that's Palmetto Utilities Incorporated's application for adjustment of rates and charges.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Docket number 2019-281S. I thought Mr. Minges had named that, but that's
He
the one I'm
probably did.
referring to.
Probably did. I was just checking myself. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay. If not, Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 13, docket number 2019-13A. We have a request for substitution of counsel.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we grant the request for substitution of counsel filed by Harley Kirkland, Assistant Attorney General, on behalf of the South Carolina Office of the Attorney General. Senior Assistant Attorney General Gerald T. Parker Hunter, who received notice regarding Kim Eucler's annual filings, has now retired. So move, Mr. Chair.
thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Howard,
Aye.
Mr. Irvin,
Aye.
Mr. Belzer,
Aye.
Mr. Whitfield,
Aye.
Mr. Hamilton,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 14, docket number 2020-106A. The Office of Regulatory Staff is requesting waiver of certain regulations regarding deferred payment plans and extending the filing of annual reports.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Howard.
Chairman, it appears on my laptop that my video went out, so I will proceed forward. In further
can hear you.
response to emergencies regarding COVID-19 pandemic, the Office of Regulatory Staff has petitioned the Commission to, number one, waive the requirement that deferred payment plans to be limited to 6 months and allow utilities to offer customers a longer deferred payment plan. And number two, allow utilities an additional extension to file their 2019 annual reports. For the deferred payment plans, Commission Regulations 103-52.4C, 103-452.4C, 103-532-5, 103-732-7, and 103-622.5 require utilities for arrangements of a deferred payment plan to enable residential customers to make installment payments where the customer is unable to pay the full balance for the utility service. To qualify, the customer must pay their current amount due and pay not less than 1/6 of the past due balance for a period not to exceed 6 months. ORS requests a waiver of that application requirement to allow the customers the flexibility to obtain deferred payment plans longer than 6 months for past due amounts. The ORS states longer payment plans may help address the needs of customers who do not typically need deferred payment plans to assist with the utility bill payment. Regarding the 2019 annual report, on March 25th, 2020, the Commission issued order number 2020-443, granting ORS's request to allow utilities an additional 30 days to file annual reports, such that these reports were due April 30th or May 1, 2020. ORS now requests an additional 30-day extension to benefit utilities. Orders number 2020-243 and regulations 103-18, 103-231, 103-312, 103-412, 103-512.1, 103-612, and 103-712 address the deadline for filing annual reports. Mr. Chairman, I agree with ORS. The unemployment rate in South Carolina has skyrocketed, with many South Carolinians out of work or working significantly reduced hours as a result of the pandemic, creating economic hardship for many ratepayers. Additionally, reduced usage from businesses is expected to impact the fixed cost recovery and revenue assumptions included in rate design to collect utilities costs occurring to serving customers. As a result, I believe more flexibility is necessary to assist utilities and their customers in mitigating the hardship many are currently facing and move pursuant to regulation number 103-825 that we approve a temporary waiver of the Commission's regulation just mentioned. Concerning customer payment plans and amended order number 2020-443 to allow additional 30 days until June 30th, 2020 for utilities to file annual reports. Specifically, those ratepayers seeking payment plans, I find and conclude that discuss that the customers must pay their current amount due and pay not less than 1/6 of the current amount for a period not to exceed 6 months. Chairman, so moved.
Okay, you've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser.
bear with me just a second. I thought I heard Commissioner Howard, I thought I heard you address, Regulation 103-825 when you were talking about, move pursuant to the regulation for a waiver, and I think that the appropriate, I know you had a lot of regulations to cite there. I think the appropriate regulation was 103-803, and I would offer that if I heard correctly that that the regulation for waiver of 103-803 be substituted for that 103-825.
I will yield to you, Commissioner Belcher. My notes had 825, but I would yield to you. 803.
I think it's supposed to be 803.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay. Any other questions or comments? If not, hang on. We have to call the roll. Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye, as amended.
As amended. Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Howard.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That concludes the utilities agenda. Turning to the transportation agenda, items 1 through 3 are new applications that can be taken together. Item number 1, docket 2020-120T, is the application of MJS Transportation Service LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item 2, docket 2020-121T, MJS Transportation Service LLC for a Class C taxi certificate. Item number 3, docket 2020-48T, Rogers Moving Specialist LLC.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Mr. Chairman, I would move we approve the new applications and items 1 through 3 as identified by Mr. Menges. So move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Howard.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, item number 4, docket number 2013-184T, we have a request for suspension.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, this request for an extension of time until May 17, 2021 is dated April 17, 2020. This would be an extension slightly past our customary 1-year maximum that we ordinarily restrict petitioners to. Therefore, I move that we grant the request of Chariot Express LLC to suspend Class C charter certificate number 8915 until May 6, 2021.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Howard.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, that concludes today's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Menges, and thank everyone for attending. We do have a transportation hearing following this meeting. We will take a brief break to reset our everything. So we've asked the commissioners to stay on the line to participate in the transportation hearing. And with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.